Hello again, this is Kevin with Guyan Pathways. This is going to be my first video, except for my introduction. But I want to talk about something that I came to realize a very long time ago. It's a very simple concept, and I think you probably already know it, but it's a concept that's always worth talking about, repeating. And it's simply the idea of choices. We all make choices. Now, a lot of times we make choices and we don't put too much thought into them. Sometimes our choices are actually reactions to things that have happened to us in the past, but they are still choices that we have made. A lot of times people find themselves being frozen when trying to make a choice. And it's a lot of times because the simple fact that we become overwhelmed with the idea of the choices that we do have to make. And it's because of this sense of getting overwhelmed at times that I've come up with a very simple concept. It's a little catchphrase that I have used. With every breath we take and every step we make a decision. Which way do we want to go? Now, if you want to look at it from a very large perspective, one that I do is I separate two states of beings that we have in this. One we call the ego. It is a self-preserving aspect of ourselves. The other part I call a soul. Now, you can say that this soul is from some supernatural agent, if you want to, a spirit, a god, or it could just simply be a greater sense of ourself, something that we could be better about, maybe a little bit more kinder, a little bit more creative, a little bit more expressive. But it has a tendency to be more expansive, to include the world around us, unlike that part that I call the ego. So, if we can't make a decision more specifically, we can at least make one decision. Is the choice we make going to be more catering to the ego? Or is the choice we make going to cater more towards the soul? The Ute Indians are the story from a Ute about a Ute chief. Actually illustrates this point quite nicely. His grandson came up to him and was asking him about how to conduct life. And the grandfather, the great chief, said that we each have two wolves within us. One is a good wolf and one is a bad wolf. And the grandson says, well, how do you determine which one influences your life? And the grandfather simply said, it all depends on which one we feed. And that's kind of the same idea I'm talking about. Actually, it's not kind of, it is the very same idea that I'm talking about. Is that with every breath we take, every step we can make a choice of which wolf we want to feed. Or do we want to make a choice that is more self-serving? Or do we want to make a choice that is going to contribute to a better world? Not necessarily the world in general, but maybe just the world that we coexist with. I hope that idea has some value to you. If it did or didn't, I'll look forward to hearing back from you. Thanks again for your time, and I hope you have a great night.